his peak as well on the mound. I know he was pretty solid the other day, but then last week the no-hitter.
Certainly looks like it. He's again, the belief and the confidence, and he's part scientist with how he masters his craft, and he puts a lot of pride into his performance and his recovery and how he goes about his week-to-week routine. He's one of the most disciplined week-to-week routines and regimented kids I've been around. So it seems like it would make sense for him to be peaking when we need him to peak, and all of our players to be playing their best when it means the most.
It's a really random question, but what are those in-game interviews where you always get into a player? Like, why did that become a thing?
I don't know. Is there anyone I can hand it off to right now? I don't know where that started and why it started, but we'll just go with it. It's been fun. It lightens it up. I watched some of those in-game interviews, and the coach looks like he's being tortured. It looks miserable, and it's like, it doesn't have to be this way. Let's lighten this up. Let's have a conversation, and let's pass it off and put the spotlight on the player. And part of it is that we want our players to constantly always have the opportunity to advocate for themselves and people to get to know their personalities, because we're a month and 4 days away from NIL deals being commercially driven, and the more that our players can feature and showcase themselves and who they are, maybe they're more attractive to a business that wants to hire them to sell their stuff, and our players can financially benefit from that. So that's maybe the underlying reason, but part of it is also just to keep those in-game interviews lighthearted.
How do you pick? Do you literally just turn and go like, you're the closest guy to me, or?
Pretty much, yeah. There's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes it's like, who should we get? And I'll think about it before, but a lot of times I'll turn around and say, come here, and try to work it into the conversation with whatever they do or they did.
You have such a shy team, so.
Right, yeah.
Is any part of it superstition, or just because you've been doing it, you have to keep doing it?
No, I mean, I just think it's fun. We'll probably always do that now, and why not?
Do you have superstitions as a coach?
Maybe. I don't know. None that are like that I can't function if I don't do them, but I think we all have little, idiosyncrasies of, how we put on our socks, and, no, nothing. I got nothing.
You mentioned earlier this season about not caring about who your opponent plays, about the team playing good. I was just wondering, were you kind of surprised that you guys didn't get the top 8 national seed in the tournament?
I don't know. Surprised is probably not the word. I mean, I think we had 2 opportunities to get a top 8 national seed. Had we won one more regular season game, we would have been the outright conference champs in the 1 seed. I think that would have done it. And had we have won yesterday, I think that might have done it as well. So we had 2 chances to do it, and just finished a game short each time. But still doesn't take away from, we feel really good about this team, and they feel really good about themselves. It's one of those things where we won 20 conference games in the regular season the last 2 years, and that it was good to win the division last year, but not overall. And then the year before, it was second in the division, but not overall. So it depends on who you play. It depends on who you miss. It depends on a lot of factors. And this year, everyone was kind of jumbled up at the top, and the league was really good this year. They had a really good league, and it always is good, but the top teams were all really good.
So TP Wentworth, what did you see from him this past month or so, I guess, that kind of allowed him to solidify that right field spot for him?
Yeah, it's just that, with freshmen, it's so hard for freshmen to just jump into a lineup, especially at this level. The college baseball in general is just older in the post-COVID world, but especially at the tippy top, you've just got, portal, and you've got so many players that have developed and waited their turn. There may only be 1 or 2 freshmen each year that even contribute, and he's just been very patient, but also been very diligent with how he prepares. And when we take batting practice, we call it smash practice, but when we take smash practice, he is smashing the ball. Like, he's top 2, top 3, top 4 most impressive BPs in terms of exit velocity and consistently hitting the ball with the right trajectory and hitting it hard. And it just got to the point where we have a couple of injuries, Becerra and McClatty, and then the opportunity presented itself for him to get in there. I think JJ wasn't able to catch one of the pit games, so Gaffney catches, and then TP went in, and it was like pretty good at bats, and so let's go with it. And he's done well with the opportunity, and so he's given us a little bit of a spark here at the end of the year. He's faced some really good pitching too. He faced some really good pitching this week and had some big hits.
He had some throws from the outfield too, so obviously he's a former quarterback and pitcher, so kind of an idea that he had that kind of arm from the outfield.
Yeah, he throws 91, 92 off the mound, and you're right, he's a quarterback, and he's just a great athlete. So it's one thing to have a good arm, it's another thing to be able to get rid of it quick and throw accurately. So that was a huge throw in that moment of the game against NC State. So it was NC State, right?
There were two.
NC State?
There was another one that picked up the double play as well.
Yeah, that was against Georgia Tech. Yeah, that was a heck of a play too. So, yeah, great athlete, and he's playing well, and he's giving us a spark. So we'll run with it.
Anything else for Coach?
I know a football coach that likes to talk on TV.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.